My TV 53 News at 8:30 is digging deeper right now.
And on this Thursday night, we are digging deeper into this year's first ever DEA Fresno Family Summit. It took place yesterday, and we told you about it at 8 o'clock last night. But tonight, we are digging deeper with the detective from the Fresno Police Department who helped spearhead this operation. So first off, tell us a little bit about what happened today and how we got here.
Okay, so I am a task force officer with the Drug Enforcement Administration. I run a team here in Fresno called the 14, the Fentanyl Overdose Resolution Team. And our team basically, since 2020, go out to fentanyl overdose and overdose death scenes, and we try to investigate who provided this poison to our victims. Today, we're holding a family summit, which consists of about 24 families here locally who have lost family members to fentanyl. So this summit is covering, I had different speakers come in and talk about the different reactions fentanyl has to a human body. But the main goal of today's summit was to give hopefully some closure to these families, but not only that, also convince them or try to tell them that it was not their fault that their families passed away from fentanyl or experienced a fentanyl overdose. And then secondly, to try to get them, to help us out with an educational campaign, to get out there and tell the community here about the dangers of fentanyl.
Let's talk a little bit about where we are with fentanyl here in Fresno County.
So I could tell you it's twofold, because we knew early on in 2020 that we wouldn't be able to prosecute our way out of this situation. So we came up with an educational campaign here in Fresno, which basically now all over the country is modeling exactly what we've done here to lessen the amount of overdose and overdose deaths that we see here in Fresno. As a matter of fact, 2022, we saw a 19% decrease in the amount of fentanyl overdose and overdose deaths we've had here in Fresno. And that's basically on our educational campaign.
Now, we've been hearing a little bit in the news lately in regards to the new fentanyl. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that? Because that is concerning.
So what we're seeing now is what's called tranq. They're mixing what's called xylazine with fentanyl. Xylazine is an animal tranquilizer that you're seeing majority of that up in the Bay Area, in particular the Tenderloin District. We have not currently seen it here in Fresno. But the problem with tranq, with xylazine, is that it has no effects with Narcan. And we all know that Narcan is the reversing agent that brings you back from an opioid overdose. With xylazine, if you have xylazine laced with fentanyl, you are not going to be able to reverse the effects with Narcan, which is a big problem.
Do you notice that Narcan, just in the last couple of years, the increase of the promotion of it, is that helping?
Actually, it is. That's one of the things that we started in 2021, where now all Fresno and Clovis Unified Schools have to keep Narcan on their campuses, because we were seeing some overdose of kids, in particular with fentanyl overdoses. So I would say it is helping. I would say that any family member who has a kid today or their kids invite kids over to their house should have Narcan, because one thing we learned early on with fentanyl, it affects all walks of life, any type of families at any given time. So having Narcan on you, in your purse, at your house is going to save lives.
How important is it for families to come together like we did today, like you guys did today, for the healing process?
That's a great question. And one of the things that I took away from this summit today is exactly what you just mentioned, the healing process. With all my speakers today, I want to have the same type of sentiment that, telling these family members, these moms and dads, that it wasn't their fault that their kids had passed away from fentanyl. It's these social media apps, these Snapchats, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, that these predators are getting into their kids' bedrooms through these social media apps and causing these overdoses. just reinforcing that with these family members. So hopefully when they walk away from this summit, they feel a little bit better about themselves. And also getting together with these families, in a collaboration where I was just sitting at a table because we had a breakout session with some of the family members, and they were just eager to get out with me, to go to these schools, to set up booths, to do PSAs. And that's exactly one of the goals that we wanted to achieve here at this fentanyl summit.
My final question is regarding our district attorney, Lisa Smitkamp, and her office. We've had her on our news a number of times. I know this issue is very important to her. You guys are kind of working hand in hand, I'd imagine, right?
Absolutely. We took on a partnership about 2 years ago. Lisa and I are kind of like a dog and pony show. We will go anywhere. If it's 5 people or 500 people, we will go in and do our presentation to slow down the momentum of this fentanyl overdose. She was a big part of us getting into the schools here locally, getting the message out. So she has been a great partner with our 4 team and on the educational part of it and just getting out the message.
Sir, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your time. And just anybody that's watching right now, I do want to give a reminder to all of our audience that, here at MyTV 53, we work hand in hand with the Zachary Horton Foundation, which which aims to break the stigma of addiction. So if you need help, if you're a parent, you're in need of help, please reach out to them. Sir, thanks again for your time. Appreciate it. I'm Austin Reed. We'll be right back.
This is MyTV 53 News.
Hello, I'm Austin Reed. Thank you for watching this latest YouTube video. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe to the MyTV 53 YouTube channel. And be sure to watch the Valley's only primetime news at 8, weeknights from 8 to 9 p.m., only on MyTV 53. You can also catch us anytime on the local B TV app.